What's up, guys? What's going on? Camp Out coming at you with a little special edition today. We got Chris from Kith. Do the pound thing. We might have to take that on second round. Awkward ass pound. But anyway, so we're going to do a breakdown, but not like a crazy intensive breakdown. I want to do a little interview first, and then we'll go over some shoes that are dropping this week and get his feel on them. So, what's your Instagram?
MaroonNYC.
What do you do on this Instagram?
I guess I do like sneaker concepts, colorways, designs. Sometimes I'll try to give a new take on a silhouette that's already out. Just, you know, mostly just designs.
Okay, all right. Do you have a particular shoe that you like to do more than others? Because I did see a lot of Adidas.
Yeah. Do I have a particular shoe? If it was up to me, personally, I would do a lot different silhouettes, but I just know that the people enjoy seeing Yeezy stuff and Adidas stuff. So,
do you like Asics?
I love Asics, yeah, I think they're great.
I need to see some Asics out of you.
Alright, I'll get some more Asics.
I definitely need to see that. I don't know. I'm going to put up his Instagram right here and a link in the description, so if you want to click over and check it out and then come back, whatever you want to do, just to get an idea of what he does. But a lot of great renderings. Sometimes I like his colorways way more than the stuff that comes out, so another good reason to have him here.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely do a good job on those. What made you get into the sneaker life?
Like from the jump, like I think I was always into like fashion. I was always into clothing and sneakers, and I don't even really remember how I got into it. I had a boy who I've just known for a really long time, and he was always into Jordans, and just kind of got into it through him. I remember like the first pair of J's I got was like a pair of like Aqua 8s. We like met up with some dude, and I think ever since then I was just like really hooked with just the whole like lifestyle, the whole culture.
So would you say Jordans were your break into the sneaker world?
Yeah, well, yes. I used to skateboard for like a really long time.
Oh.
So I was like, 10 years I was skateboarding from the age of like 12 to 22. And like, I always kind of like, buying a new skate shoe was like a big process for me because like I needed to look good, I wanted certain things. So I was always like really picky with the shoes that I wore. Okay. Even as a kid.
So like, you had that like that brewing feeling of being a sneakerhead, even from early.
Oh yeah, like whenever I was a kid and I had to get a new pair of shoes, it was like my parents like had to shot not like who's gonna take Chris to get shoes? Because there's just always such a process.
That's dope though. It's all good. So all right, you do a lot of renderings. What is it that drives you to do what you do?
Well, I want to work in the industry. I want to create, or you know, I don't even really know on what level. I just want to be part of the design process. So I feel like my Instagram is just like a growing kind of portfolio of just me and like, you know, where I am creatively at the moment, or just really just like just a whole overlook of my work and my vision.
I do like where you're going with this. So do you have like a 5-year plan or a 2-year plan, or like you're just like whatever happens happens?
I'd like to say that like I'm really lax about it, but I'm not. Like it really racks my brain, and I'm like, I take everything like really to the head. Like I'm just really you know, devoted to it, and my plan is just to work within sneakers like as soon as possible.
All right, I have a very intricate question, but it's not that crazy.
Okay.
How do you feel about the direction of Nike as opposed to Adidas?
I feel like, let me put it in like a cool metaphor. I feel like if this was a boxing match, like Adidas is just like kind of like laying these punches in, and Nike's like kind of doing the rope-a-dope, and it's just like taking these blows, but like it knows like, all right, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be fine. I love Adidas and I love the direction that it's going in, but like Nike still has like that mighty fist where they're gonna like do something, and you know, every time you think that they're down and out or like they're not cool for the moment, like they will be. I
don't know. I'm gonna try and transition into like a couple of sneakers from the breakdown, but as opposed to what Adidas is doing as far as NMDs.
Oh, they're killing the game. Like don't get me wrong. Like Adidas has like made great strides in like being that number 2 company.
Yes.
And they can be like the number 1 company. It's just such a thing. It's a hard thing to imagine Nike not being on top, because that's just the way it's been.
Blue Ribbon Sports 1966 or whatever the fuck it was. Like, in my opinion, after Air Max Day, I felt like that was like the last nail in the coffin for Nike. Like,
you didn't like those?
The innovation wasn't there for me.
I feel like, well, more particularly, like those Air Max sneakers were nice. Like they just didn't. Nike's just not generating hype right now, and like to our little culture that we have, like we think that like hype is where everything's at, but like I see it firsthand at work. Like Nikes are still flying off the shelf. You know, we don't have lines anymore. You know, we don't have like, I can't remember the last like Nike shoe that, you know, what are those ones that just came out? The
Safaris?
No, what are they called? Those old running shoes, those OG runners that just came out.
The ones that just dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put a picture up so you guys know what we're talking about.
Sorry, my memory jogs me. But
yeah,
like,
they're not that good.
No, I like them. I think they're great. I think it's just like a great callback to like a classic silhouette.
Did you like them enough to remember their name?
No, fuck.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like
Spiridons. There it is.
Boom. Now I gotta take it back.
Yeah, but
the pressure.
Yeah, you put me on, man. No, you know, I feel like this is what's funny is that they made the OG colorway and everyone loves the OG colorway, and then Nike's like, oh, you know what? Let's get cute. Let's make our own colorway to throw on there, and that pair's not selling. So like the OG colorway is doing good, and everybody is in agreement. Like this is dope. But then they made like this white with like a gradient.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And yeah, people aren't like too fond of it. Like,
but I feel like Nike's big on OG. Like even when it comes to Jordan, they do new colorways. The only thing that really sells heavy is the OG stuff.
Well, I think that's their biggest problem is like they're just kind of resting on their history, and eventually like you're gonna run out of shit to put out. Like you can only retro like 1s and 3s and 5s, and which we'll get on as well. But like in 11s, like if it wasn't for those 4 silhouettes, I feel like they would be dead in the water.
I mean, Jordan's still a $2.3 billion franchise at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's hard to lose that.
You're not going to be, like, even with like the Jordan 30, was it the 31 that they're up to? I think it's atrocious, but like they're still pumping them out.
Yeah, but you know what it is? They're performance shoes. Yeah. And it's like, that's the excuse, I guess, people give. Like, yeah, they're ugly, but they're performance shoes. You wouldn't understand because like 2% of our culture actually plays basketball.
Yeah.
So, or even does anything physical for that matter. But like,
well, Pokemon Go.
Yeah, true, facts.
That's a lot.
We did just walk.
A lot of people play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna buy a pair of Air Jordan 31s to go play Pokemon Go, and just for so I can walk a longer distance.
Keep my calves on point. I'm in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Keep them things sexy. Anyway.
No, I don't really even know how to describe the landscape. That's what's so great about it, though. And if I was doing what I'm doing now, like last year, maybe my page would just only be Nikes. You know, like
this is true. I mean, I did see a couple. I think you did a Safari on there. You did a Huarache on there.
I've done a bunch of Nikes. Yeah, they're just not like inspiring me enough to like, oh, I gotta get on some Nikes right now.
I feel you.
Whereas like Adidas is like pumping out like these pieces that are inspiring. Like it makes you want to like think outside of the box.
Which is what they're doing. Like, okay, so how do you feel about Nike in regards to their design team? Like, do you think that they're there? Do you think they're not there? Do you think they're on vacation for the next year? Like, what do you think they're doing?
I feel like, and we'll get to that with this shoe that we're looking at, is like they're trying to like.
Let's just jump right into it. Right?
Yeah.
What is this? Nike Hyper Dunk 2016 Elite USA colorway for obviously Olympic style.
Yeah. I feel like they're like trying to like make modern. Like that's what the rat race is in the sneaker industry. Is like, let's make what people want tomorrow. And Adidas is like hitting the nail on the head every time. And Nike, I feel like, is like kind of whiffing a little bit. I actually kind of like these, with the exception of the huge. No, I'm a sucker for socks.
Oh, really?
Sock line shoes. Yeah, tubular dooms. But Adidas is doing it better than Nike, and Nike was doing that before.
First, way before.
Yeah. So, but like, okay, the branding is terrible. Like, we know this is a Nike shoe. Like, you know what I mean? That's just like lazy to me. And yeah, that part I hate. But the sock is cool. I don't know why. Like, it looks so detached. There's no smooth transition.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's the colorway. I feel like.
Yeah, probably.
It makes it separate so much.
But there's still like a definitive line. Like they don't coexist. But like it's still like that's a high sock too. That's a lot of sock.
I feel like it's rolled down a little bit too, if I'm not mistaken.
Unless it's like pre-rolled and it stays that way. That's kind of cool.
Catch the sweat while you're chasing Pokemon.
Yeah, but if you look good, my calves can sweat all day.
I mean, did you see what was that? Is it the new KD that comes up to your knee?
Dude, honestly, I'll admit this. For the first like 2 weeks, I thought that was like a meme that somebody made, and I really believed that those weren't them. And I was like, yo. So then I kept seeing pictures of them, and I was like, yo, this meme is going on way too long.
No.
And then I realized it's real.
It's real life.
Yeah.
That is real life. Honestly, I just can't get on board. Like even like Tinker, dude. Like I don't know what they need to do. They need to shake it up. Like one of my friends is actually transitioning to Steve Madden, and like he's trying to like revamp their sneaker line.
Oh, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude.
Awesome guy. Yeah. Really down to earth. But like they're just trying to sauce up their own company and bring some younger people into it to be like, yo, let's jump into the sneaker craze. And like some of the designs he showed me, I'm like, wow, Steve Madden might start killing shit. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it just because, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that aren't in the sneaker culture.
Yeah.
They see the shoes, they want the shoes, they're not gonna pay what people are paying for them because they don't have that drive. But then there's that group of people that are like, I don't give a fuck what they are, I'll take those.
Yeah, but that's
most of the country.
Yeah, that's no. I feel like this country is like very safe. Like, that's why Jordan 1s, 3s, 5s. You know what I mean? Like.
I feel like you said it before, like we have a very small
we make a very small portion of the consumers.
I mean, if you think about it, like we feel like it's great, like I feel like it's crazy. It's all 300 people at a sneaker release, but if you go to like a pocketbook release, there's 600 people standing out there just for a pocketbook. So like, it's a little different. And in retrospect, like people still shop at Payless. They're still open.
Yeah. Well, dude, like the best example I like to say is like, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the comments, the most sold shoe of 2015 or 2014 was the Air Monarch. Please, when we're done, pull up a picture of the Air Monarch. That is Nike's most sold shoe.
The dad shoe.
And that made them money. That shoe probably made them more money than all their Jordans combined.
Which is the best part about it. Like, I grew up in a sneaker store, and the sneaker store that I grew up at was basically a mom and pop shop. And like, they sold Monarchs. They sold whatever like low-end Nike stuff they get their hands on. A lot of the parents would come in with their kids and buy those, as opposed to Jordans. Like, we'd get 24 pairs of Jordans, but I'd sell 60 pairs of Monarchs all day.
Maybe I should do a pair of Monarchs on my
page. That would be pretty dope, but actually. Like, people, like I said, we're a small focus group. Like, people that resell, people that collect. That's maybe like 3% of how many people buy shoes.
Oh yeah.
So, in regards to like Nike, like, of course they're always going to make money. Of course they're always going to be there. But if Adidas stays where they're at, I don't know how long Nike's going to last.
Yes.
As far as number one.
But this trend is going to have to keep going for like a couple more years.
Oh yeah, at least 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Easy. I mean, Skechers is still killing it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If you think about it.
They did just get sued recently, though, didn't they?
By who?
By Adidas and Nike. For stealing their Flyknit design and just stealing, like, they got sued pretty badly. They had to pay a ton of money. You know, they literally stole Flyknit technology and just like put a Skechers logo on. It's pretty ridiculous. Pull that up too.
It's pretty fun. Okay, I'm gonna find it after the video's done, and I'll throw it up because I don't even know what it looks like because I don't.
I pass the Skechers store every day on the way to work, so I used to see them in the window. I used to see them, and now they're just all gone.
All right, so let's do a couple of other shoes that we have up here. Like I said, it's not a full breakdown. Just a couple of shoes because I want to get more out of Chris than just, you know, a breakdown. What do we got here? Griffey, Max 1. I like Griffey.
So do I.
I've always loved Griffey. Yeah. Like, but this is monochrome. How do you feel about monochrome?
I love if it's done well.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, a lot of big shoes this year are monochrome. I think that's what everybody's. A majority of the Yeezys, you know, like, but they're monochrome, but they're broken up by, you know, materials, and the midsole's crazy. So like they are, but they're not. This shoe though is like, first off, I respect, like, I loved Ken Griffey growing up.
Exactly.
You know? The silhouette's like as a classic though, you know, but every time I see the shoe, I just see the OG colorway. Yes. You know, I just see the Seattle Mariners colors.
Which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but like once again, like Nike is falling back on what was successful for them.
I feel like they're just doing this for his Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah, of course, but I just,
yeah, it's you know, but it has its place. It's a classic silhouette. People are, you know what it is? Ken Griffey Jr. is such a nice dude that nobody wants to say anything mean about him or his shoes, because everybody grew up on the guy.
Yeah. I want to take a side note. At some point, I'm going to take a picture of both of our feet. I wasn't sure what he was wearing, and I'm sure he knew what I was wearing. But yeah.
Yeah, we're killing the game today.
The Adidas wave is kind of heavy in here right now.
Yeah, I can't really talk smack about.
Or the Kanye wave.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, I don't listen. I never. We were talking about it earlier before the camera turned on, and Adidas and branding and logos and whatnot. And I feel like I never wore Adidas because I didn't like 3-stripe. I don't like the way the 3-stripe looks on the side of the shoe. I don't like the way that they do the branding on most of their shoes. And then you come out with a Yeezy and there's no branding. And I'm like, I'm all about it.
A majority of like their good designs this year don't have branding on them.
Exactly.
And even the ones that did, like the Ultraboost. Ultraboosts were great, but they really took off when people uncaged them and took the branding off. And then Adidas was like, all right, we'll take the branding off, but we'll take the cage off, but we threw more branding on.
That toe box is rough.
Yeah.
Like on foot, it's not bad because I like looking at it. I was like, oh, this sucks. But then looking at it from a side perspective, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. That's why I like them.
It's a great, it's still a great shoe. Yes. But they could have just like let it rock the way it was, or just made it like more subtle.
I'm all about the minimalist when it comes to like logos. Like I like the mini swoosh. Like I like all of that stuff. Like when it gets like too bulky and obtrusive and it takes away from the shoe, and like your eyes no longer looking at the entire shoe but just the logo, it's out.
Like I feel like the best example of like clean branding is like the Jordan 1, because that swoosh is an element of the shoe.
Seamless.
It just works. And if it wasn't there, like how the swooshless ones did pretty well, but they're a low top. A high top swooshless one sounds like terrible.
It would look like a dunk that Payless did.
Yeah. More or less. And those swooshless ones, the material on them is really
A1,
nice too,
definitely. Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised when I did see them.
Yeah, they're very clean.
All right, so this weekend, another retro style for Air Jordan 5, black metallics. If you guys don't know what they look like, bing, bang, boom, there's a picture. Retro. Thoughts on retro?
Just a beautiful shoe. The thoughts about them doing retros, though? Like,
yeah, we talk about everything.
It's great. You know, like that's what they do. That's what Air Jordan does. And
You're like
it's
the
just
P. Diddy of the sneaker game?
What? Yeah.
Just remixed everything?
Yeah, no, well, you know what though? It doesn't look like they touched it, right?
No,
Please
not
don't
at all.
correct me if I'm wrong, but like, they're beautiful. You know, the prices is what it is. Like, you know, like...
Ooh, I didn't even see that price.
Yeah, the price... Dude, you know, I paid that much for Maroon 6s, you know.
Maroon, I see what you did there.
I was obligated to buy this. I had no choice. I could have been broke and I would have had to find a way to make that happen.
Yeah, true.
But no,
Not
like,
bad.
yeah, they're great. I'm sure the quality's gonna be good. Good, you like how I said. I'm sure the quality's gonna be good. Like,
This is not gonna be great, that's for damn sure.
yeah, I have to stop myself. You know, they're just an easy to wear. You know, 5s. They're clunky. They're a lot of things, but they're also really clean and they.
I think they're really calm. I like 5s.
Yeah,
Aside from
yeah.
the tongue, like that's the only thing. It's like the filling piece tongue that bothers me.
Yeah.
All right, some people are gonna love this. I was gonna save it for the guy with the beard, but he's out today.
Yeah, he's got another guy with the beard to take. And we both love.
I'm just looking at the beard.
It's nothing compared to his, but.
What do we got here? The Moonshot.
Yeah,
J. Crew.
J.
New
Crew
Balance.
joints. Shouts out to J. Crew. Spent a year working there. I like these. I feel like J. Crew, like, they'll make a great shoe and then they'll make a really bad one, and then they'll make a really good one. Like, they're just like, I don't know. They just decide to turn it on sometimes.
Another Hilltop Blue fan, by the way.
Oh, killer.
I can't win out here.
Yeah.
I do like these though.
Yeah,
I will say that it's a clean colorway, clean aesthetic. I like the way everything just fits together. Navy, you can't go wrong.
They just know how to use blue. Like, they're just really good at making like navy.
Except
like
that one shoe.
With, oh, like those midnight ones. But
No, the Hilltop.
Those are fire. But the blue on those are so nice.
I don't know why I keep doing it to myself.
With the brown. But these are good. Like, I feel like they're just clean. Just a clean shoe. You're not gonna like break necks, but like they're clean.
So funny story about this is the packaging is not resealable. So if you were trying to get a pair to try on in a store at J. Crew when they drop, that is out there.
They're not letting people try them on ice.
Well, you can't reclose it. So once it's open, it's like probably like a final sale thing.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let you open up a package that they can't.
I don't know, man. I used to
reclose.
work there. We used to let everybody return everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. So then maybe you might still be in luck.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know why you'd want to return these things.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Concepts did the 8-ball. They
Mhm.
when they did the 8-ball Gel Light 5. That release was atrocious because it was like a build out in front of the store. You couldn't go try anything on. It was like a crack house. So you walked up, you put your credit card in a slot, you asked for your size, and there was like a wooden box that slid out, and your shit was in there, like a crack house.
Huh.
But like you couldn't try a shoe on. So like people stood in the cold for hours. It was freezing, and they're like, "Wait, I don't know what size I am." They're like, "Well, if you don't know what size you are, that's just too damn bad."
Damn.
We got so Kith this week. Well, you could probably tell them about. Do you know about what's going on here?
What, with these?
Yeah.
The up-tempo, we're getting them, I think.
All right,
we are. Okay, we are. Wait, I had to think if we posted it or not.
Yeah,
you know?
no.
All right, we did.
This
Yeah,
won't go up till like whatever Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
All right, so yeah, we're
gonna go up the same day the shoe comes out. So don't worry about it.
And then what we have the man himself at Brooklyn store.
Yeah. So Saturday. So Wednesday's the release. I don't know if it's a pre-sale or if they're gonna let you pick up the shoes that day because the release date says Saturday. So it's either gonna be a pre-sale like they did with the Agassi, I believe. Was the Agassi a pre-sale? No, it was just that day, right?
It was just that day. Yeah.
But I think that was the same day that the shoe dropped. Anyway, it might be pre-sale, it might not. But Wednesday at Brooklyn Kith, I believe you can pick up your pair, and then Saturday Scottie Pippen will be in the house to do like whatever Q&A, like the Agassi joint. So it should be pretty dope.
Do you think it's gonna be crazy for these? Like, what are your thoughts? Well,
I don't even know if people even know about this, like the way that
like they do.
I grew up with this. Like this was like 1998, 99, I feel like. Walking down like my high school like was like straight up basketball. So like everybody had them. The black and white pair was like the pair to get. And if you didn't have them on, you look like a sucker anyway.
I think they'll do well. It's an older, like you're saying, it's like, you know, a little bit of an older nostalgic crowd, and that crowd has money. And
yeah, which is
it's not a.
I only hope for like calm crowds. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I know that's your thing.
I don't like when people come and turn up like, oh, there's money to be made. I need those shoes.
Yeah.
That's when it gets like kind of crazy for me. But like I kind of prefer the all white pair with the gun bottom.
Yeah, no,
Not gonna lie,
really
it's a little
clean.
something different, a little spice to it. Like,
And you notice it makes the air more subtle.
yes,
You know,
yes,
so you have
yes,
to focus on it, and then you're like, oh shit. Yeah.
There it is. I see it. I mean, the USA colorway is pretty dope too. I mean, like,
yeah. No, it is. It's a classic.
I
shoe.
think
Like,
that's gonna go way faster than the all white pair will. I'll
Yeah,
say
again,
that.
the nostalgia. Like
Yeah.
people want what they had as a kid, or they couldn't get as a kid. So it's like,
Absolutely. I'm just like, look, that's like a great summer shoe with a pair of shorts.
The white ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
denim shorts and a white tee, you know what I'm saying?
You know, they are like, just from like how they've aged, they do look extremely clunky for 2016.
Oh, they didn't change anything about that shoe.
They shouldn't. No, I'm not saying they should. Just like where it stands like today.
But I couldn't wear that with like joggers. That's never gonna happen. But, like, I'll definitely wear them with shorts and they'll go back in the box till next summer.
I love looking at old shoes and seeing how they've aged, like in today's society.
In comparison,
yeah,
like, it was all about the bulk back then. Like 13s were the craze.
All about the bulk back then. Like up until a couple years ago, it was all about the bulk. They like Air Yeezy 2 Nike. Like that's a bulky shoe.
True.
And I personally feel like they have not aged well in comparison with like. I still think they're a great shoe. I love that shoe. I love it, but it's just
pay
like
a price for it. But
oh yeah, price aside, just like you don't see anybody making anything that busy. Even Yagams, like okay, I guess 750s are busy, but they're just so much more subtle.
I think that they're busy in regards to what's on the shoe, but not colorway. Everything is subtle about the shoe. Like even like your ground, like everything on the shoe is subtle.
Yeah, I guess because of the suede.
Yeah,
suede will make things.
You know, like it dulls it down, but it still spices it up. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna wear those to an event this weekend. As a matter of fact, it's like a dress up event. I don't care. I'm wearing them.
Throw them on.
Like what are they gonna say? You can't wear fucking you're out. I'm wearing them.
Like, but those Air Yeezy 2s in particular, it was like scales. Red October's had spikes. You have those ridges on the back. Yeah, they're great. Like I'm not knocking the shoe at all. I just feel like it just hasn't like I don't look at it with like that like passion. I used to look at that shoe and be like, wow, this is really something.
I feel you. I feel you.
Maybe it's because it's just been a while.
It's like 90 degrees in here right now.
Yeah, it's
like I have 2 ACs on, and these 2 lights are like fucking. I feel like I'm catching a tan from these.
Yeah, I don't think you guys can see, but he has a little sweat building up over here.
Oh, I was gonna point yours out. But
oh, damn, really?
But I also have no hair, so it's like, where's it coming from? I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that alone.
What's the next time? Yeah, done.
No, we're done with shoes for today. Like I said, I'm not gonna like do a whole breakdown because I like talking to you about it.
All right, cool.
So like. So working in Kith, like how do you like working in Kith? So see, people that come in, people that ask questions, like what's your favorite part about the job?
My favorite part about the job? I guess honestly it's like probably the people that I work with, because like I've never, you know, I've had office jobs or like retail jobs, and it's always just like a weird collection of people. But that's like it's the only job at Kith is the only job where like you have a lot of common interests, everyone's kind of your age, you know, like even the managers are all kind of like, they're just all young, so it's like, it's just like a real sense, it really is like a sense of family in the sense where like, we're there so much that the people that I see there, I spend more time with them than I do with like my family and my girlfriend, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's definitely like, you get to know these people really well and they're all like, everyone's really cool. It's like, it's a really chill environment as far as, that's probably my favorite part is that the experience that I have with meeting new people
that's good.
You know, and it's helped me like in my designs, you know, I meet people that chirp in my ear, give me advice or, you know, how to approach certain things or just there's like a lot of creative people there. So, you know, it helps me grow.
It's a learning experience.
What's that?
It's a good learning experience.
And yeah, it's great. You know, you meet a lot, and customers as well. But like, you know, you just meet a lot of people that, you know, that could help you in your career, just with the customers, or just like the people that work there. It's just like a great network. It's a great environment.
I like to hear that. Yeah. These are all good things.
Yes.
All good things. All right, closing, end of the show. I don't really have any more questions for you. No, I think, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing really.
No, you sure?
I think we're pretty good.
You're gonna get something off your chest? Like
no.
All right, so what's just spell out your Instagram. I'm gonna write it up as well so they know where to go to follow you.
It's MaroonNYC. Literally, it's just the color and New York City. So it's just my favorite color. So.
Pretty simplistic. Anywhere else? You on Twitter?
Yeah, everything is just MaroonNYC.
Oh,
it's just all the way through.
It's like really easy to find him.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'll put everything and a link in the description so you guys can just click on it and go right to it. If you're on your phone, it'll be a lot easier. How about Snapchat? You want to do Snapchat too?
Yeah, I'm on Snapchat too.
All right, so I'll get your code. I'll put up a Snapchat code like I do my code. So if you want to follow him on Snapchat, I'll have it up there so you can screenshot it and do what you guys want to do. Anyway,
all right, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Pleasure, and see you out there.